She's learned how to love. Ow! Don't bite.
Yeah, the irony in that whole sentiment right there was priceless.
Don't bite. Died. Stop it. That hurts. You know how most cats, if you stick your hand under the blanket, you move it, they'll go after your fingers under the blanket? She'll go after the exposed skin on your arm.
Oh. I mean, that sounds like fun too to me. Like, I don't know. I like playing with cats like that, so like, yeah, it's not that bad.
So if you want to play fingers under the blanket, you have to cover all of your arms.
Yeah, she'll munch at your arm.
Because she knows that's where the fingers are coming from.
Oh, that's awesome.
No.
It's a strong word.
She really doesn't like it when I call her my little pygmy cow, though. She gets a little ornery.
That's a little odd.
Alright, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Ow! That hurt.
That was not.
Mew's not ready.
Mew is angry.
She's never prepared.
Mew is really angry. I'm scared to move her. Matt, can you scratch your fingers on your chair? Look at her ears, they're all back completely. She's glaring at me.
Death by cat. And that is how Zach was removed from the session.
Matt, please, I can't do anything
I'm quite enjoying this.
Okay, there we go.
Alright. Death by cat over? No cat more lasers?
Yes, cat's gone. She's now licking her toes.
It's done.
Oh.
Did
Well,
we heal?
No.
No.
Then why am I at full health?
I don't know.
What was I at before?
I don't...
Oh, I never got into combat.
I was gonna say, did you ever get hit?
No.
I think I was the only one who got hit. I suffered 6 points of damage, but I'm still there.
And you also still look like an orc. Oh, an orc.
See.
I am technically still an orc, yes. I have not relinquished the effects of that spell. I do believe that spell lasts for hours. So, yeah, I can hold it off.
I don't know where we are on the map.
Bottom right.
Oh, I see.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z. Oh, sorry. Wrong series once again. Last time our adventurers, after their failure to secure the sewers, they all met back at the Adventure Corps' dorms, where they sat in the hot tubs as Zack meditated his way at the entrance of the Higher Arcane District, defeated from the crocodiles, as an overlooming shadow grabbed him up. As everyone got done at the hot tubs, they were met with... Oh. They were met with, oh god, why am I having a brain fart right now? Yeah, Vash. Lieutenant Vash and Sir Dashin, the PR guy for the Adventure Corps. After a large discipline, the group was introduced to their new sorcerer, a draconic by the name of... What did we go with your name?
Nash.
You're Nash?
I'm Nash with an N.
Oh, Mash. Yeah, you're Mash, and then the lieutenant was Vash. Alright. Was met with a sorcerer named Mash, who was hopefully there to bring a little order to the group. From some insight, after a little thinking back, Zack remembered seeing the docks at the end of the sewer when she was locked out of the gates, and believed that was their only clue, and proceeded down to the docks. As they got down, whispers piled through the town as they saw them walking through. Windows boarded up. This was the lowest of the lowest district in wealth. After an examination of the sewers, the group picked up a couple trails and started to follow them. After a slight incident at the orc refugee, and one group of manslaughter later, the group finds themselves on the hot trail of another one, as in the background a faint laughter can be heard.
That's awesome.
As you guys all walk up, it's just you four decide what you'd like to do.
Well, who's the orc? Who's this orc? I would like to know. Did you lose your friend who's laughing back there?
I keep laughing. Nash keeps laughing.
You should probably go back.
He looks
And
like he needs some moral support.
He waves his hand as in to describe no thank you.
What is your name?
Malrus just laughs and kind of walks forward.
What is my name?
Yes.
As Mash steps forward, he reveals his actual.
I look at the gnome and I say, "Did you put him up to this?"
I have no. He changed on his own.
So you're a gnome. I'm taking that now.
Me? Yes.
And your character's name is
Vivian.
Finian?
Vivian.
Fibian. And then Zach.
And Malrus.
I had nothing to do with it.
That's what you always say, you know.
But this time I'm telling the truth.
That he is telling the truth. As chuckles under his breath. Isn't there somewhere we should be going?
We're going to the water gate.
And you know where that is.
I point to the direction where I think it is.
Which one?
Didn't you say it was wasn't it over here or was it to the
That's
left?
you guys were already there and you picked up the trails. That's what the red lines are.
You know,
Oh, that's right.
Remember, I wanted to go along this little plank thing here and follow that.
we found it over here, but we found that we had to get a key or something to get in there.
Right. No, we have the key.
No, we had to get something because we found the tracks and the tracks led us in these different directions.
You
Don't you have a key?
oh you do have the key to go in there. The tracks were coming out of there like they were hauling something.
Yeah, so we're trying to figure out where the tracks were going
Okay.
because they're using the area as like smuggling run type thing.
I say we do this one first.
Which one?
The one to your north.
This one.
Up there.
Sounds like a good idea.
You kind of sounded like oh, who's the one from Overwatch? It's Hanu.
McCree.
Yeah, you just sounded like McCree.
Cool.
Matthew Mercer. So you guys want to start making your way up the planks? Malrus is just following you behind. As you walk across, you can tell this isn't a very sturdy walkway. It cracks and pieces kind of crumble out from below you. I wouldn't try to fight too much. You can just tell it's driftwood stacked up to be a staircase.
One at a time.
You can go first. And I point point I move my arm in the direction to allow him to go first.
I will go along the thing.
I will transform into a rat, and then I will move across.
And I will be right back because I just realized I don't have any dice as I went to roll them. So you guys get out of this one for free.
Yes! Moo, you should do that every time.
Oh, the lack of detail.
They're still set up from Saturday out in the fucking kitchen.
That's awesome. Rat.
Callie.
Did you see that bag?
The one bag.
Yeah,
I haven't taken a close look at it. No.
you should.
You should.
What, Moo? What? You were angry with me last time and you wanted to eat me.
It won't work.
Why won't it work?
Because it's making me sign up, and I'm not signing up.
Well, that's stupid. Hold on, let me do this a different way. I will show you the bag. I gotta click on the link because I can't find the bag now.
I've returned with D20.
No! I mean, yay!
Alright, well, you guys make it across without any issues. You notice you're on a small walkway which leads up to a door. It's a double door. It's actually pretty sturdy for most of the structures around here. No, this building actually has a little bit of upkeep to it.
Is there any windows that I can see around?
No, this is another warehouse style deal. You kind of remember when you were walking around from the sewer that you might have seen one on the side out in the water, but nothing on the main dock.
From down over, I'll just move my character. From like down over here, can you see under reliably?
Like underneath the building? Because, it is raised over the water about 2 feet. You do see that one window right there, straight ahead. You can kind of get a glance in there. You think you see movement. Roll me a perception.
I hope you do a critical fumble and it's just a piece of poop in the water.
It's too hard to see through the small window. The crates and everything in there, it's not very well lit, it looks like.
Okay. What about like under it? Does it look like there's any extra entrances, I guess, is a way to put it?
The water's a little calm today. You look under, but it's not very well lit. You imagine you're looking under a pier that's going all the way back. From where you are, you don't see anything you'd have to be underneath to get a better look.
How deep is the water?
For the first, I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see the ground you see the shore giving out about 15 feet out. You stop seeing the ground on top of the water. Well, the ground from the water. So you're not too sure.
So it's probably decently deep.
Well, you gotta imagine it's also a port. The water's kind of dirty.
Okay.
These people look like they piss and just throw their trash right out the windows into it.
I will go here. 251.
Yeah, on that note, I'll cross the bridge, not going to
Shapeshifty one. There could be an entrance down there.
Also, here.
That's probably Garth.
Is there a door there, or is it wide open?
It's a healthy door. It's like I said, the building's very well taken care of. Surprisingly, it's like someone's actually keeps upkeep on it.
Maybe I should take this spike. I'll come over here and peer underneath, like the deck that we're standing on. How like is it feasible for me to kind of like reach my head over the edge and stick my head underneath to look around and see if there's any kind of visible notification of entry from underneath?
So you just want to bend over and look underneath what you see.
Yeah, I'll lay down if I have to.
Give me a athletics check to see how well you hold on as you bend down.
Is there like a wall? Or like
You're to look underneath of it, so just imagine you're laying down and you're trying to lean your head all the way underneath the look.
okay, so it's relatively thick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a very healthy. You can tell it's really built up. It's a warehouse, so you know there's a lot of weight.
That's low.
That's not at all what you needed.
Actually, Gare, I'll go into your character sheet. Athletics is your 1, 2, 3, the fourth one down. Just click on it.
Oh, I see.
I'll let you have that reroll by using the actual athletics.
Okay, cool. I get no bonus, so.
It doesn't matter. Oh,
Oh, that's even worse.
there's anyone. Anyone?
see the
Give me. Is anyone
Where do I
going to
go see the
attempt to
bonus?
catch him?
I will attempt to catch him.
Give me a acrobatics to get up to him fast enough to catch him. Malrus is going to give you a hand.
He's too heavy for me to try and catch. I'll go in too.
I fail.
Oh God, Dylan.
Well,
Well, the acrobatics was to catch up to him in time. You go over.
okay, so I'm in the water.
You're just in the water. It's a little disgusting. That's about it.
Can I touch?
You're kind of swimming right now. That you're not touching the bottom. It's probably about 8-9 feet deep here. It's not rough.
Well, then
Down
at this
there.
point,
Is there any other entrance?
yeah, I'm gonna go and try another entrance underneath.
Go ahead. Give me perception.
So where can I see these rolls that I'm making?
What happened? What you're looking at?
No, like everyone else like sees the roll that I make.
Oh,
Oh.
In the
No,
very
I don't.
top there. You know
Click
where the
the
eye is
newspaper.
that you can. Yeah.
Or
So there's
click the talking bubbles.
Talking.
You see where
Top-
the newspaper is on the top right?
Yep. All right, I see it. That's kind of what it was. Oh yeah.
I wouldn't have dropped you in for no reason.
You say that.
So as you look under, you believe you're starting to see something. Like right about here. The floor, it's not like a hatch, but you're seeing light through it, and it looks like it's not nailed. But you gotta imagine that it's 2 feet. The building's about 2 feet elevated over you, and you have no leverage underneath.
All right. So where was this hatch again? Right there?
Mhm.
Right here underneath?
Yeah, you're underneath right now. You kind of hear chattering above.
Alright. Well,
Well, all right. While you're doing that,
yeah,
you three, you
Yeah.
watch the dragon swim underneath of the docks, and now you're just standing there.
I'll look at Fabio. I can't remember your name, Matt. I want to call you Foggy, Fabio, Fibian.
Vivian's right.
Okay.
Foggy, Fabio, Vivian.
Something with an F.
I'll kind of look down and say, does this mean he's a water lizard now?
I want to see where this is gonna go.
Well, I am blue, so.
Wonder if he'll use the lightning. That could be fun.
Oh.
No, I think I have enough. Do I have enough intelligence now? Yeah, I'm pretty.
You can only use it once a day, anyways. So.
No, we changed
No,
that.
I got busted up to 3.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's probably better as you level to do more.
So, yeah, I'm not gonna.
Okay, so you two don't want to do anything.
No, you gotta wait for him.
Yeah, me too.
Back to you.
With the Batman theme. Alright, so what kind of things am I hearing?
It's just footsteps, and it's so muffled you don't hear the conversation.
Alright. Does this wood that this hatch is made out of look like a similar quality of the rest? Namely the door.
What, right above you? What did you say? I'm sorry.
The quality of the wood of this hatch.
It's recently replaced, but it's raised a little. Like someone got lazy and didn't nail it all the way down. And then it's a row of them. There's like 2 planks that are out of, and they're like 4x4s. So if you both of them out, it's gonna be like an 8-inch opening.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Sorry, it's a 2x6.
So I'm going to cast Firebolt at it. I do believe that'll set it on fire.
Yes.
And then immediately after, I will swim away.
Alright. Roll me a d20. Let's see if it lights the wood on fire. Or you just score it. Alright, so as you cast your fireball, you kind of, you weave it full up like you do like the Naruto, fingers in front of your mouth, and you spit a fireball straight up. But as you do, you forget that you're swimming, and you start to sink. So you shoot the fireball up, and you start to flail, and you put your own fire out.
Oh, thank God that was a cantrip.
It's probably for
Yeah, it probably is.
Alright, hold on.
Here at the top.
You probably just hear a lot of gurgling and a little bit of.
Alright.
As he panics and uses his fire breath.
Back to the other group. What do you two want to do?
I'm gonna get this information that there's a way in underneath. I just
Time
I
today would be good.
failed to open it.
Anytime.
Well, he just relayed to you guys the information, so it's up to you to do what you're doing.
I pass him a vial. I say, go just toss this at it.
What is this?
Don't get it on you.
So do you hand it to him, or did you toss it to him?
Better luck.
I hand it to him.
Okay.
Yeah, and I handed it back and said, "You might have better luck."
I go and I squat down and I say, do I look like I'm the bronze of this operation? I'm the brains. As I pass it back.
Do I really look like the brawn? As I pass it back.
As they're arguing, that I'm just gonna, casually walk over here.
That's
Stroll.
door right there.
Isn't the door locked?
Yeah.
Oh. There's a door there?
Yeah, you see where the transitions?
That's why we're waiting outside.
Oh, I thought the door was underneath.
No.
You knocked on the door. Come on, you're the one that likes to talk people through things. Like, walk, just knock on the door.
I'll grab the vial and I'll chuck it at the door.
Wrong door.
You just said this is the door. I'm so confused.
Alright.
With the one underneath.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll grab the vial. I'll stick it in a safe compartment, and then I'll jump in the water and go that way. 'Cause it's here under the thing, right?
Yep, right where you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I'll huck it at the door.
Roll me d20.
20,
There. There's a door there.
Thank you.
You know, that helps quite a bit.
Sorry, the shat when all the shat is.
What? Slash roll d20. There we go. Well, it's not as bad as the last one.
Roll me in acrobatics.
I'm kind of scared. Yeah, 20.
As you throw the acid up, the vial breaks. But as it breaks, it wasn't enough force to keep the acid from going up, and it starts raining down on you. But you see the wood's rotting for what you did get on it. You nimbly dodged out of the way of the falling acid.
Good job. Proud of you.
I did it. Just, we might want to wait.
Nope, they don't know shit. So I'm guessing you went all the way around, climbed back up, and that's where you're at?
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yep.
Alright, what do you guys want to do now?
So?
Well,
Well, the door started to burn, but your vial didn't work. No, I threw it perfectly fine and it landed on the door. It just didn't work. Deception.
Perception, or insight, sorry, insight against it.
Oh,
Oh!
damn it!
yeah. Oh, bullshit.
Oh.
Bullshit.
So, I know my handiwork, and my handiwork is never flawed. I have this down to, I don't know, we'll just say it's science.
Can I kick him off the log into the water?
Roll a strength.
Aren't you in the water?
Then she climbed back up.
Natural 20, baby!
I'll give you the chance to nat 20 acrobatics out of it. Nope.
Well, it was close.
Roll me a d4, Allie.
A d4?
Mm-hmm. Matt, you're roundhouse 3 spots out into the water. One more, you would have taken damage for hitting the wall. So damn.
And
Very nice.
I'll just casually say to you, all is forgiven now, gnome.
What? Because you can't throw?
That is where I'm leaving that discussion. As I come here, I'll start banging on this door. Loudly.
Yeah, I was already one step ahead of you.
Oh, okay, sounds good.
I was gonna wait for the party to reconvene after a quarrel into the water, but if that's the case, then we're pounding on the door.
Yar, who be there?
Yes. Where's the best tavern around here?
It be in the tent city right outside. It might be new, but it is the best place to get a drink.
I'm not very familiar with the area. Could you show me?
It's literally the only way in and out of the city. You...
I'm still not very familiar. I will roll that.
You blame me for a fool. We know you.
Exactly the smartest person in the world. Just come
Hold on. You... Oh, he nat 20. He nat 20'd. Yeah. You take me for a fool, Dragonkin. I know.
Wait, how do you know I'm Dragon Kid?
You'll be at me base of operations. You think me not see and know what you idiots have been up to?
Idiots.
The 4 of you, yar.
How do you know that? I'm an idiot.
It be a pirate keep. We do have, well, we were pirates. It's kind of complicated, but everything's good now, yar.
Really?
Pirates. I'm looking to hire somebody for a new job.
Now you have my attention.
Alright. Can we come in, sit down, have a glass of grog over it?
10 gold entry fee.
How about one and a kiss?
I don't see a pretty lady out of the group of you.
I could be a pretty lady.
No.
Be whatever you want him to be.
Hey. I may have a guy for that.
How many times can you say you've kissed a dark elf?
More times than you count.
One too many.
How about a clean
Right.
dark elf?
Ooh,
I've been on the seas for decades. Someone roll a perception.
I don't know how much good it's gonna be. Sure.
Nope. Matt, you know people didn't start sailing the seas up until 15 years ago. So.
Your timeline is slightly off.
We be pirates, we don't count.
I go into like the full like background history of when the first gnome pirates were starting to sail.
I think I'd be killing myself if you keep talking.
How about you let us
There.
in for free, and
just
this
hold
guy
on,
will
hold
stop talking.
We're almost at the best part of the history lesson as I just keep going.
And as he's talking,
As you hear that, you hear a deadbolt, and you hear footsteps walking away.
you made him go away, you know that.
But I know where the deadbolt is.
And how are you gonna get to the deadbolt on the other side of the doors?
I'm gonna learn from last episode. I pointed the rogue.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Hey, a chance to work his lockpicking. Let's go.
He knew.
Hmm?
As he's lockpicking the door, can I just produce flame onto the door? Just catch it on, like just start
If
blazing
you're gonna do
fire.
that, then I can just cast fireball.
It's a cantrip for her too, so the two of you could probably do it together. Oh. Well, alright. Okay, you two go ahead and cast your spell.
Casting.
Just roll me a d20 again, just to see if you'd hit the door. Just for chance
Oh.
that one.
Sorry.
Okay. Alright, so right as you guys get the... You guys cast that. Oh no. What is the DC to, for you guys?
Oh, oops. The DC is
Is the base for DC 10?
14. Spell save DC is 14 for me.
What's the base for DC?
I don't know if the computer did it for me.
8 plus your
8
modifier, or plus your proficiency plus your ability modifier,
So that would be
which is gonna be like 12 or 13 at our level.
13.
So as you guys cast it, Mallory pushes the door open from lockpicking it, and the guy on the right notices it and jumps to the side, and you do 8 damage. How much does yours do, Barry?
You say Gary, and all I hear is bear, and I get confused.
Roll a D10 for you. 8.
As the doors swing open, you guys just light the guy behind it on fire, and he starts screaming. He's ignited in full flames. As Milos turns around and looks at both of you, noticing what you were about to do to him. Roll initiative? Or actually, do you guys want to try to talk your way out of this first, or you just want to roll initiative?
Always.
Yeah, go ahead.
See, as I said, I got this awesome offer. You just want to talk.
Roll persuasion. Well, I see you be skilled. As he tells the other guy to calm down, as this one goes running past you guys and dives into the water. As long as you allow him. You get an attack of opportunity. This guy seems to be... doesn't seem too bothered.
Yeah, I'll let him jump in the water.
And you guys just see the steam rise up from next to you. So,
If you would listen, it wouldn't happen.
if you shut the fuck up, I would have just let you in.
Hey, we
I
both know that.
tried. I just look at him and say, "This is a daily struggle."
Oh, my hat's off to you. I apologize. But what be your job? What
Yeah, they
does...
deal with her. For him.
What can Ren's pirates do for you?
We're looking for someone.
Who ye be looking for?
You, the best dang pirate crew out there.
Well, previously, best by...
You know, you could do a better job of selling yourself if you had pay attention to the laws of when everything started working.
Well, we're still kind of mourning here. We lost our ship recently, so we're kind of bad at this.
You know, I can tell.
How did you lose your ship?
Orcs.
know about a string of, burglaries?
Ah, from the Arcana District. We met a bunch of goblins selling magical items to us. We were putting them back and forth between Aldeen and here, making great loot until we lost the ship.
Do you know where these goblins went to?
Ah, they be up to the, northwest. They're very secretive. Lots of hollering, babies crying from in there. It's weird, but they paid good, so we never mind it.
Do you have a map on where to go to get there?
As I just kind of sit down, I pull my stuff out, getting ready to draw.
I'd be able to explain to you. The one in the back, you look like a cartographer.
He kinda has a thing for maps, if you get my meaning.
People would be able to do them properly, I wouldn't have to.
As I'll just kinda whisper him to, it's an unhealthy obsession.
Ah, as a seafarer, I understand the importance. So, he's gonna explain the map to you. Roll a cartography check to see how well you listen. Oh, okay. So, can't do much right, but they can fucking get that shit going. So he pretty much shit. Can you see that black line? Oh shit. No, pretty much, for some reason, I don't know why that cut through them houses. But, he explained the two meeting spots they usually gave him. One was the small hut up to all the way to the north. That was just kind of where they rendezvoused. And the second spot, where it's all scribbled off to the left, is where the goblins always came out with their gold, and they all heard children crying.
Alright.
So,
Well, I thank you for the info. And then does like the whole map make sense to me for like everything that they've said?
oh yeah. You rolled high enough that you completely understand, and you took it down well. But as you turn around, he begins to kind of jingle his gold purse on his side. Nothing comes free, lad.
You wanted a kiss, right?
No.
I remember you saying you wanted a kiss. You didn't need any gold at all. You just wanted to enjoy the company of a dark elf. Fuck!
You see him open up his coat, and he pulls out a contraption you've never seen before. It's wooden. It's a wooden handle with a round barrel that extends down and gets larger towards the end. And he holds it up to you, made of complete brass. I don't think that'd be a good idea to keep offering me a kiss. Matt, roll a intelligence to. You might know what this is as a alchemist.
Why did it not give me my... Oh, that's the wrong check. There we go.
You heard of this throughout.
One gave me the bonus, which I was supposed to have on the check.
That's fine. You know what this is. You've heard talks of it before. This is a weapon from the gunpowder gang or clan. It's very rare, or the black powder clan. It's very rare. People don't really see that very often. It's a small hand crossbow, but it doesn't use bolts. It fires with large excessive. It's a gun. You know it.
Okay, so I know what this thing is. So I'm gonna talk to one of those since I was last sailing with this other pirate group, but that one looks like it's jammed.
Roll deception.
Out of character, you're an asshole. I'm failing all of my things, and you're just freaking
Out of
getting
character,
them
that was also very brilliant.
Remember my checks last week though, Allie?
I know.
I couldn't make one for the life of me.
I can never make good ones.
I'm changing dice for you guys, but he rolled a nat 20 on that.
What? It was gonna be so good. Okay. I had this
Well.
great plan lined up.
I'm sorry. I'm changing out the dice now, but
No, that's
because
fine.
that's the second nat 20 in a row. I wish I had that on Saturday, but as you go to persuade him of that, he reaches down with his other hand and pulls the second one out and points it towards you. If one's jammed, the other won't be.
I see you're a fine connoisseur of firearms, good sir.
And they ain't be
Ever
cheap.
seen one that shoots multiple shots at once? Not just one shot, like 8.
There be legends.
I know where we can get one.
Another deception.
Why? Why are you getting all of these good rolls?
You see a hesitation as the gun he's aiming at you. He slightly lowers it, but he keeps the other one right on Zach as he takes a step forward. Yes, where be the You've heard of the legends too. How do you have an idea of where it is?
It is all part of what I do. I like to make things, I used to. As an example, my guild, back in insert city I started in, or I'm from, has this person who actually makes these.
You definitely tell you have his attention.
Sorry?
You have his attention fully now.
Okay. I do much better when I'm sitting down and I have a drink. Can you go over here? As I go and I pick up one of his bottles from the table. I'm not even asking him to pick it up, I just do it.
He turns and lets you walk in, but he presses the barrel of the offhand one into Zach's head.
So rude.
Not necessary. You gotta use the other one. That's the one that was jammed.
I won't get behind him.
If you keep putting that to my face, I'm gonna have to shillelagh your head.
You're not 100% sure what it is, but by the fear in Phoebean's voice, you know it's not good.
Oh, okay. Is there some way we can, have you aim this, say, at the ground, away from my face? It's quite pretty.
He takes the gun in his offhand that he's not pointing. He's kind of mildly pointing at the rest of the guys, but not too much, and starts shaking his coin pouch on his side. It was just 10 gold, that's all the info cost. And he just kind of presses it a little harder into your cheek.
I transform into a rat.
You scared the druid off again. This happens so much.
Roll in acrobatics.
It's almost ghost time. Just the chat.
I hate you! I hate you so much! I hate you so much! I just want to roll good. Not even, great, just good.
He rolled a 3. All he had to do was beat a 3. You just hear the loudest bang of your life as you watch the boards underneath of you disintegrate as this large pellet goes by and you and your rat form fall into the water dazed from the percussion of the shot.
Okay.
Alright.
Can rats split?
You see him just start holstering his 2 guns as he turns. So this multi-shot. Information on that will be more than enough for the cartography.
This was before you shot people. That was not part of the deal. Now I can't even tell you where to get these awesome multi-shot ones.
Oh, you can thank the new dice. I apologize. You notice he went the quick draw on you, and you said that, and he's like, "Yeah, I kind of feel bad. I'm sorry."
Now just put it down to the side, and we're gonna go over. I'm gonna tell you this amazing story, and I start rambling and talking in circles about the same thing over and over again related to the shotgun.
Hey, Moo.
Hmm?
Can I do something while they're rambling?
Yeah, that's fun. Go ahead.
I would like to get to a standing place where I can transform back into a druid with no one seeing me. And I would like to create fire on all of the pillars underneath.
What's the distance on create fire?
30 feet. Or on the, sorry, not create fire, but, produce flame is 30 feet. I believe.
Alright.
Is what it is. Yeah, 30 feet.
Alright, so you'd pretty much just have to be on the dock over here.
But I want to do it out of, like, so people can't see me. I'd like
You know.
it to be a surprise.
3, 4, 5, 6. Well, there's nowhere really. I mean, you could probably wander over to the dock here, but it's going to take you a little bit of time.
That's fine.
Alright, so you're wandering over. Alright, Matt, back to you.
Alright. So I'm just basically I'm just trying to not I'm trying to sort of waste time, but not really, I guess. I'm trying to get on this guy's good side because
If you just roll another deception on him on the shotgun, or at least that you want to see if it was made by the same guy, maybe.
Can I do history to see if it's made by the same person?
Yeah, go for it. Just give me the persuasion for him to hand you the gun so you can look at it. Oh yeah, he hands it over. He hands you the empty one that was already fired. He's talking to you like a buddy. You see, he's kind of told the guys that were starting to funnel in to stand down. Mm-hmm. What are you doing, Gary?
Just casually walking around.
Yeah, no, these guys take you in. You're like their home. You see like pirate flags hung up. Like, just treasure chests that kind of look like they're mildly filled. Like, nothing too extravagant in them. It's like boots and random little wares that you can see they got off the ship before it sank. As you say that, you see the glee of all the guys as they're like, yeah, this is great. This is all we got left from the ship. It meant everything to us. The captain's trying to save for a new ship. We heard the gnomes over in Aldeen have figured out propulsion systems. They're starting to make flying ships. That's the rumors with the the Selith Corporation, but you know they're always making stuff up.
Oh, I can tell you firsthand that those are
One of those.
As you say that isn't, as you're looking at his gun, you say it isn't rumors. You look up at him. He looks up at you. You're very knowledgeable.
It's what I do.
Alright, hold on 1 second, and... Over.
The fire music?
No, that means it's Allie's turn to see if she can light the building on fire.
Yes. Do you want me to produce flame?
Mm-hmm.
not aiming at anyone, just like the posts underneath.
Alright, you get one lit.
Okay.
It's taking a minute because it is wet. And you keep casting on individuals, but you got the first one to kind of light. It's smoking. Like you ever thrown wet wood on a fire?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's just a real smoke show right now.
Smolders.
So, give me another produce flame roll.
Oh.
Yeah, you get the second one to go too. So as you're doing this... Alright, so pretty much the conversation's died down. You've looked at his handgun. He accepts everything you've told him as your payment, and you're more than welcome to leave at this point. Mesh has made friends with all the low class guys. You can tell that everyone here is just they're just seafaring privateers.
Have a good time.
I ask him what it or
Well,
I
you
ask him
guys
if
have
I
a good
can
night.
borrow this empty one for a bit. I've always wanted to modify it with some extra fun things.
Persuasion. Nah, he kind of reaches and takes it back. He goes, "This is too precious to me." And he pretty much just tells you that he's got other stuff to do. Bo, we be busy trying to figure out our next move. So if there's no more work or anything, I'd like to be going, or for you to be leaving.
Where is this next place at?
His next job?
Yeah.
That they're still trying to figure that all out. We really don't know specifically, but we're waiting for the next warship to come into dock and acquire it. Jojo over there is a hell of an acrobatic. You should see the shit he can do. Yeah, boss. I get us a ship real good.
He sounds a little.
Yeah, we know.
At least he's a good acrobatic.
That's about all he is. He doesn't do much thinking. I climb real good. His brother, his two brothers own a shop.
Yeah, alright, well. Did I notice anything, like, interesting lying around this place as I was talking to this guy?
Perception. Nope. You go, this is a nice wooden building. These people are very nice people.
Alright, well. It is time to go then, I guess.
And they don't notice that their shit's on fire, so alright, adios.
Away.
So now their shit just got set partially on fire. Poor no good.
The point is, I'm not there.
You hear the deadbolt lock behind you. And as you get about to here, you notice the side of the building is kind of just firing a little bit. And you see you see Jojo kind of hanging out the window. Boss, there's a real big fire here. What do you be talking about, Jojo? And you just kind of see a wand just kind of hang out the other window. And you see them just kind of slow down the water. Or the water just starts to rise up the pillars and put the fire out. Good eye, Jojo. That's the third fire this week. I do good.
I gotta get me one of those.
So where are you guys all reconvening?
Well, I'm just gonna head over to here.
Is there anywhere I can light fire that will actually cause a fire that the water won't reach?
With just your little fire spell, you're not going to be able to take down this building.
So the druids of pyromania.
That's just Allie.
Allie's a pyromaniac.
No, the druids of pyromania.
Yeah.
So as you guys come up to the dock there, you see JoJo in the window waving at you. Goes, "Hi guys,
Bye, Jojo. You're the best. Don't change.
thank you." And you see him do like cartwheels away. All right. What do you guys-
So the information on that we acquired was to follow this black line.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's follow that black line. There's more.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Following the black line. No, yellow brick road.
We're off to find the wizard, the black wizard of...
Death.
Yes!
So as you start to wander up on your map, because you know your maps are never wrong, is the first building that the captain had explained to you. Kind of seems empty. You notice the door's shut. It's real quiet.
I'll knock on it.
You knock. Nothing there. Just quiet.
I knock again.
Nothing.
Knock harder.
I continue to knock and I don't stop.
You know what? Roll me a d20. As you continue the knock, the door rumbles. And as it rumbles, a great feeling comes over you. It's a wave. A wave hit the building and splashed you. Nobody answers the door.
Can I open the door? Is it locked?
You open the door.
Oh, okay.
It's
I walk in.
Trying to be polite.
it's just a you see a couple crates. You can tell someone uses it as a storage. It's pretty clean in here. No cobwebs, so it's used frequently.
What are in the crates? I check the crates.
Perception. Or investigation, sorry, investigation.
I still do not roll this to check where I'm behind us to see if anyone else is around.
You don't... These crates, they're stuffed, they're ready to be filled with things, there's nothing in it. But in your perception, you notice a small box in the corner. It kind of looks like it was hidden there under a tarp.
I take the box and I open the box.
You didn't notice it, Mash did.
Oh,
Wait, I noticed a box in the corner as I was looking out the door for anyone else coming around.
Oh, I thought you were just looking in the room.
Oh no, I was looking out around like where we came from to see if anyone else was around there.
Alright, never mind. There was
I
no
burn the
box.
boxes. I burn the crates with the produced fire. Or I attempt to anyway.
D20.
I am now at this point angry at that guy who put a gun to my head.
He shot you. He straight, if you weren't so small, he would have. The box, you take the flame and you just so constantly cast it that the stuffing on the inside is so flammable it catches. And the building starts to fill with smoke. You feel the oxygen,
Come out of here.
I cackle and I walk out.
and you just see the smoke bellow out. And hold on. Oh, they notice. As you sit there and you're watching the building burn, perception check. You see two goblins come running out. Ah, Jesus Christ! Ah, shit! Ah, no, why is this happening? Did anyone? Get the merchandise! Get the merchandise! You see the one goblin kind of cover his mouth and try running in, and the one at the door kind of looks at you guys. He goes, "You see nothing." All right. And roll me a insight.
Who?
Everyone who sees him.
Poor Gary and Matt.
Damn it. You two, for some reason, just kind of go, alright, I didn't see anything. And Zach, on the other hand. Zach, on the other hand.
Busy, I am the fine handiwork of the map I just made.
You see the guy come running back out with a box covered in a cloth. The cloth is on embers, and you see him just pull the embers and throw it into the water. Oh, merchandise is good. It's just a packing material that lit. Oh, okay. And they start walking back up, and you guys, Zach, I can imagine you're standing there with Malrus just looking at them.
Oh yeah, I would like to intervene. Is it this one or this one with
The one on the left has the box, so...
Why, hello there! What's in the box?
None of your business, man. Fuck off.
I will instantly shillelagh him in the face.
Alright, everyone roll, give me a
I
sec.
thought I moved up next to you. As you were shillelagh.
Everyone roll, initiative.
Yeah, I beat Matt.
Doesn't surprise me.
Well, I only have +1 to initiative.
Do I just click initiative on my character sheet, right?
You click the person and then you click initiative. Yay, I beat Gary too!
Hey, everyone beats.
Matt didn't beat you.
These guys didn't beat you for sure. Malrus completely forgot how to fight. Alright, so make your attack.
As I should I hit?
Bringing up his stats.
Well, as I attempt to attack, I say
That
I
is
just
a
want to
hit.
know what's in the box. I just want to know what's in the box.
After you hit him, before, dude, what the fuck? Ow, 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 ow. You hit him on the head. Fuck you, we ain't telling you nothing now.
You'll have to get past us first.
Oh, we plan on it. So it is now Gary's turn.
My turn. Spell all over again.
Malrus thought he saw an alligator out at sea. He's kind of afraid.
Okay. Shocking grass is the finish. Shocking grass. Melee spell attack. So what can you do?
Just click the spell and we'll read it. Shocking grasp. If they're... Huh.
Melee
You-
spell attack. Go ahead and roll for melee spell attack. Top of your head.
It'd be an attack roll, but
Yeah.
your spell modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
So that's a plus 5. So you can just roll a d20 and you can add 5 to it. How about that?
Just do d20 plus 5.
12.
That's a miss. You see him kind of back up and push your hand out of the way. Oh, you too, fucking dragon asshole?
Me too. Dragon asshole? We don't want to talk about dragon asshole.
I had completely forgot about that until you brought that up.
There'll be no bread instances in this game.
That was completely not intended, but nonetheless.
Pretty funny though.
It's now Fibian's turn. As you came...
I'm gonna take a 5 point back.
Okay. You disengage?
You can't.
No.
An action.
Yeah, so you're gonna take an attack of opportunity.
I'm gonna take attack opportunity.
You're gonna take the attack?
No. I'll stay where I was.
That's where you were, right?
Yeah.
Alright, at the end of your turn.
Yes.
Alright, Fabian, go ahead.
Are they holding the boxes?
The one on the left is holding a box. The one on the right, he's like got the box in one hand and a short sword in the other. The other's just holding a short sword.
Okay. I toss a thunderstone there.
Behind them?
Yeah.
Alright, what's the DC?
I think it's 14 now. 14.
14 against...
I think it is Constitution, but I will tell you for sure in Constitution.
First one makes the save that's holding the box. And the guy who isn't fails.
Okay, so I'm gonna push him out to the water.
You just hear a large splash as he flies out.
Okay.
How far does he get pushed? Just 10 foot?
10 feet.
Alright. And that's the end of your turn?
Yes.
Oh, first, which one's good? Of course, the guy swimming's the first one to go. As he hits the water,
Not yet.
as he hits the water, you notice him pop back up, and he has a bow notched. He's gonna take a disadvantage roll on this. +4. 15 against AC. Misses. You see him bobbing in the water, trying to keep afloat and fire the shot. And he lets go, and it wafts over your head. Alright, and the other asshole is just going to make a swing with the sword to hit Zach for hitting him on the head. Yes. What are you doing swinging at people? Uh, 21 to hit.
That I can say for certain hits.
You take 3 damage. 3 slashing damage.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Okay. I took it.
And it is back to your turn.
Shillelagh his face! Specifically his face, because I don't want him to lose grasp on the box, so I hit his face.
So you're rolling with disadvantage for aiming for a specific area.
Okay.
Now, as you try to swing high to make sure he doesn't drop the box, you forget that he's a goblin and real short, and you swing right over his head.
Okay.
You trying to clean my clock? Gary, it's your turn, if she doesn't do anything else.
I'm not gonna do anything else.
Well, yeah, that sounds good. I'll spend the sorcery points and twin spell magic missile on the one next to me. Where's that? So that's 6d4.
Jesus, eh.
Roll that 6d4 plus. Technically plus 6.
Because they're each an individual attack.
Wow.
So, as you guys look, you notice this dragon begin to just... Gary, do you want to explain how it all goes down? Because it's just epic, whatever you want it to do. Because you nuked the fuck out of them. Do you want to explain or you want me to do it?
That's a verbal and somatic, right? Yeah. So, as this blue dragon sorcerer begins to chant choice words, a small light emits from around and inside of him, and out of his hands shoot these 6 large magical bolts of energy. And I'm assuming you see this box wielding foe fall.
As the 6 shots come, the first one just plows right into the gut, and you notice him drop the box onto the ground, and then just like homing beacons, they fly around, and they come in, and as the box hits the ground, the other 5 hit him right in the side, launching his corpse out to sea. Malrus swears he sees an alligator jump up and grab it and eat him.
And
See?
then I go over, pick up the box, and walk away. So that's 1, 2, 3, 6.
Oh, alright, and Fabian, it's your turn. You see the guy out at sea just petrified, holding his bow.
1, 2, 3, 4. As I say catch, as I lob a thing of that.
What's the DC save on that?
14. And I think it's dexterity. So you can
Oh, he fails.
disadvantage.
Oh, he fails. You just see him. He was turning tail to run, and it hits him in the back of the head. And you just hear the burning, and he just kind of creeps underwater in silence.
Goodbye! As I wave.
And that's
So
that.
did anyone tell me why this box was so important?
Do you open the box?
What's in the box?
No.
Open it! Open the box!
Here, you wanted it so bad, you opened it.
I will gladly open that box. I open the box.
Oh, good, there's a
Roll a
handle.
I open
D100.
the box. D100?
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared. 74.
As you open the box, it's a golden egg, and it emanates and instantly turns blue, and you feel cold, and it starts to snow around you. But a 15-foot cloud and just snows.
Oh my god! Is there somewhere on me I can keep it so I can have just like a snowy surrounding around me wherever I go?
Close it.
I keep it open and I keep the egg in my pocket.
Alright.
Before you get a chance to do that, what do you want me to roll to try to close the box with the egg still in it and steal the box away?
Sleight of hands.
Sleight of hand.
And what do I have to roll?
You better roll a nat 20 on a fucking... give me a second. Roll me a
Is it insight?
perception.
I hate all of you.
I didn't do anything.
This is all your fault.
As you open the box and you look and the snow begins and you stare up in the sky at this amazement that Delmos has given you, and you look down and the box is gone and you think you expended its spell and it's now gone forever.
Well,
You're slightly depressed and sad. I mean, if you want to try and roll a perception to see if you noticed him take it, you can go ahead. Matt. I meant Matt.
Oh.
No, you. It's a nat 20. Nope. All of you think the box just dispelled when the snow came down.
Are the things still alive in the water?
What, the two guys?
Yeah.
No. One
Okay.
one kind of split in half as he was thrown to sea, and the other melted. Did you coup de grace him?
well, yeah, that point. I mean, how much HP did he have?
He had 10 left. But,
Glad that's over. Let's move on.
I go back into here and look around.
it's on fire.
I thought the only part that was on fire.
No, she lit the whole
Dies.
fucking thing on fire. Oh,
I go in and take a quick look.
so we roll.
It's semi-safe to go in.
No, the goblin made a save to get out. It's burning down. And you notice there's still just right where you opened it is still just all snow.
Very well. Does it ever snow in the
Underdark?
forest? Yeah.
During the winter, yes, because it gets real cold in there. You guys know what frost and everything is. You guys really don't experience the nice warm that you're in now, like the tropical feel. So, what are you guys doing? Go ahead.
I didn't ask.
Is there enough snow to make a snowball?
No, it's still just coming down. If anything, you're just getting a skim coat.
Oh.
Well, I guess we'll head towards the other one.
Yeah.
So you guys come up to this. You see the rundown building in front of you. Just some giant tubs in there. It looks empty. And then there's a very well kept building down on the side, which you hear muffled noises coming from. Give me a perception, everyone.
Ah! Take that, roll 20. Yeah. Fuck you all!
Zach, that you hear it, and you know that's the cry of children, like small babies all crying.
Can I tell where they're coming from?
It's this building.
Here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll go here. I'll quietly say, like, whisper that there's crying babies in there, and then I want to investigate all of these drums.
Can you investigate the drums first? Give me an investigation check.
Yes!
The outside ones all seem empty and bare, but you tap on the tap in the middle, its substance comes out. You run your hand under it and you bring it up to your mouth, you smell it, you grin, and you chug down some of it. It's some fine rum.
Ooh.
It's about 200 gallons of rum.
I will enjoy myself with some rum right now.
Would you just cupping it in your hands and drinking it, shoving your head underneath?
What do I have on me? Bio. It's not in there. Core? Where did I put all my equipment? Why do I have zero? Why do I have nothing in my equipment? Yeah, I'll just... You know what? I've had a rough day, so I'm just gonna lay back and put my head under the tap and just drink it slowly. Well, not slowly, but, you know, like turn it on and get a mouthful, enjoy it, and then get another one,
Alright.
enjoy it.
Alright. Roll me a constitution save and go ahead. Go ahead, Gary.
Constitution save?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're feeling it. You're definitely getting drunk.
Yes!
And Nash, after you have had quite enough, Nash pulls you.
At this point, you're hammered. You're
I don't
completely
know how to
hammered.
roll for hammered.
Oh, you are. You failed your con save. You're hammered.
You rolled your
No, I
con
mean,
save.
I don't know how to fight when I'm drunk. Like, I don't know what I need to do.
You're just disadvantaged on your swings.
Oh, okay.
Roll a D100.
Oh, trust me. It depends on how she rolls.
Pretty my characters ever get drunk, I'm like, alright, how's this gonna happen? Let's make up some things.
Oh, it's not over yet, but it's you just pulled her off and she's stumbling now. She's getting disadvantaged to everything.
Great. It's just what we need. Come on.
At least it had a good time. I'm happy for you, Zach.
As you get closer to the building, the crying intensifies and you hear arguing.
Goodbye. Let me give you a hug. I'm saying this loudly, by the way, as I try to pick up the gnome.
Sit.
That's fine. I allow it.
You are lifted and embraced, and all you smell is alcohol. Roll me a D100. Allie?
Me?
Yes. You stay standing. You sway back and forth holding the gnome, telling him how much you hate him and love him at the same time.
And not immediately comes.
That's fine.
Gary, you hear intense arguing and fighting going on. You almost swear you hear swordplay.
Are there any windows?
Right to the left of the door, you can see the boards are a little pulled apart. Give me a perception check, or an investigation, see if you can look through it. They're too tight. You can't look through. But you hear like a loud crash against the wall.
Which wall?
The one that you tried looking through. And you hear like goblins kind of murmuring, and it almost sounds like a real old woman.
A real old woman goblin?
No, that sounds like they're fighting an old woman.
I'm a goblin. Could be interesting. Well, then. I don't have the.
Bacon is tasty.
Are there any bottles? Did I see any bottles in that room? Bubble? Did I see any bottles?
No, they were just giant casks because that's where they were just storing it all. Like it came off the docks.
Well, I'll knock very loudly on the door. Seems to be the theme of the season.
Roll me in acrobatics
Acrobatics?
or athletics, your choice. That'll do.
I'll take acrobatics.
So as
So I need to make an acrobatic knock. Did I do a somersault before I knocked?
you know, but you did a somersault out of the way as the door springs open and these two goblins fly by you out into the water. And this old, decrepit woman with seaweed hanging from her. What can I do for you?
Do I see her?
I don't know. What just happened?
Let's just say it was a misunderstanding in business terms.
Huh. It's a
They-
severe misunderstanding.
They thought they could get more out of us. We've been here for millennia to think that these newcomers could be any better than the last ones.
Nuke?
Roll history. Like earlier, that you know this world was just discovered. What do you mean, newcomers? What?
I'm gonna need some role playing backup here.
I'm shit faced, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I-
you're.
I will. I guess who wants to go first before I do my thing?
I'll just let you go.
I'm pretty much.
Okay. I'm gonna put the gnome down because I see the old woman. I yell out.
Wait. Roll me D100.
I hope I don't hurt more. Where's my... Oh, there it goes. Okay. Flash roll D100. 26.
You drop Matt on the ground as you look up, and you see a woman that the only beauty that you've ever seen greater was that of Lady Bloodmore.
No!
This is the most gorgeous woman you've ever seen. Beer goggles, full percentage.
I'm gonna run up to her and just say, Madame, you are exquisite.
Persuasion,
I love
Per-
you.
persuasion with advantage.
Now, is it really persuasion if she thinks it?
That's what she's trying to persuade her because she believes it.
24.
That's what you get advantage. You see her stumble back and grab her chest. Me? Oh, and you just kind of see her taken on by this. Like, she thinks it's a cruel joke. Who looks down in your eyes and notices you're sincere. Well, thank you.
You are the most beautiful woman I have ever seen. What is your name?
As you say that, a barnacle falls off of her back and crawls away. It was some kind of
Lost
crustacean.
insane.
You don't notice this.
Oh, okay.
But just for everyone else, this is a decaying old sea hag.
Oh, okay.
You lost in pieces.
May I lay with you?
It just she stumbles back. I'm a little quick for the first date. You think you'd bring me a small child or something?
From what I see, you can't be too picky.
You get the 1,000-mile stare.
I,
Roll me a wisdom saving throw. I need a wisdom saving throw from Matt. We're gonna say you're now frightened.
You gotta run away as far as you can.
But I wasn't frightened to begin with, because it says you have to target a frightened creature.
Sorry. It's her.
Although the hag, I think we all have to roll as soon as we see her, don't we?
Yeah, so you would.
So my first one would be the save to see if I'm like scared of her.
Yeah, this is. Sorry, I meant to click her other one. It's called Horrific Appearance, but it wouldn't let me click on it, and it's the exact same as the Death Glare. So I just clicked Death Glare.
So what's happening? I'm very confused.
So you're frightened of her at this point. Like, just everything falling off of her. Gary, give me a savings throw also. Wisdom.
Do you just want me to click on wisdom?
Yeah, just click on Wisdom Save, it's called.
Saving throw.
Okay, disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, sources within sight, and only move closer to the target.
Gary makes a save, you're good, Gary. So she doesn't frighten you.
Well, they're having that little.
You notice blood on the wall that you saw. You could see that's where she was beating the two goblins against. She's kind of fixated on those two. Like, Zach's doing a hell of a job.
I'm assuming those goblins are dead.
Yeah, she killed them and threw them out. You can hear children crying from the other room, though. Gary, little backstory. There's a job posted before these guys came out here. They could either check into the robberies, or there's been missing children. You would probably know about all the listings, so you might believe this is the missing children that they were talking about.
Oh, like. Oh.
She, like I said, she'll let you walk in there.
She'll let me walk in.
No, she's fixated on Zach. Well, where are you gonna take a lady on her first date?
Well, then I'm gonna look around the room
Alright.
for
Investigation.
I'll tell her wherever she wants to go.
downtown.
Sure.
So there's 3 jukeboxes, a dead body, and what? What am I looking at? Oh, those are beds.
You're in a room full of babies, all screaming and wailing. You kind of notice the adult corpse in the middle. It looks like it was probably one of the mothers. And it's just a pile of baby corpses.
What do I see as I'm drunk?
This absolutely gorgeous dark elf woman It's everything you've ever wanted in your life.
Then I will have her.
Roll. What do you think? What do we think we should have Zach's game be? What would be a good... give me a performance as you try to woo. Performance with advantage. Oh, you don't even need it. Let's check. Oh, you have her hand over fist. She's coming up to you now, and she's dragging her hand down your shoulder, and her long fingernails, they're so long, as she rubs on your arm, is scratching down your back.
I'm sorry, Zach. I'm so sorry.
It's been so long since I felt someone I wasn't eating. It's nice to feel appreciated for once.
You should always be appreciated. You're so beautiful.
Well, this is...
So you're now in a room full of crying children and corpses.
Right here.
Not you. Gary, you two were getting ready to make out. Give me an investigation, Gary. Another one. You notice in the corner where those boards are broken out, just something doesn't seem right.
Something doesn't seem...
It's something's out of place there. There's just a lotus of seaweed.
I take further?
As you look closer, the seaweed slowly becomes a hand, and another hag reaches up and tries to grab you. What are you doing in our feeding ground, dragonkin?
Feeding grounds?
This is where we eat.
Seems like a bad place to eat.
Well, a good place for you to die. Roll initiative.
Damn it, I was trying to get the fucking
Go ahead, guys. Roll initiative.
Oh, you me?
Yeah, but you're gonna be.
I'm gonna be protecting my lady. She's a sexy beast.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to avoid.
Ow, Mew, you bit me. I know you're a sexy beast too. I'm sorry, Moo. You're a sexy beast.
Not talking to the lady.
Let go of my onesie, Mew. Please, let go. Ah! You're attacking me! I cannot call the sea hag sexy beast before Mew, apparently. She got angry! She even jumped up and tried to drag my onesie.
Well, maybe you should be
Sounds like
an opportunity to sexy beast color.
I guess so.
Yeah. I guess.
The first thing I'm gonna have to do to Mew now in the mornings is call her sexy beast so I don't insult her.
Yeah.
Alright, she's gonna use her attack of opportunity. For her, she's going to. Does a 20 hit your AC?
Oh, mine?
Mm-hmm.
Mew, that's my paintbrush cat. Cat.
I imagine that hit, Care.
Yeah, it did.
Alright. So she swings, and her giant fingernails come down on you and hits for 11 points of damage. You're just taken back by this. I'll kill you and eat you too. Usually adults aren't my thing, but I'll make an exception today. And it is now Vivian's turn.
So where's the one I'm afraid of?
In the front door was Zach. they're kind of slow dancing at this point. Zach's hand's definitely on the butt. You really...
Do I get a new save every turn?
Yeah, go ahead. You can roll again. Make a, to break it. Nope. You are petrified of this hideous thing that is dancing with the dark elf. Alright.
Talk about dramatic tension. You are petrified by this hideous thing in front of you.
You're about to have a bad time. Your turn.
Alright, Zach. You are deeply in love.
Allie, just ran to get water real quick.
I imagine. I was just going to ask what kind of smooth move she wanted to use. So we'll skip over her for now. It is the large hag's turn again. He misses. She misses as she goes and comes down with her other hand swinging at you, but you were ready this time. It's a one-trick pony. It ain't working on you again. And it's Gary's turn.
Alright, I'm going to our last action and 64 plus 6. Twined magic missile.
It is what it is.
Go!
As it is. As you step back, you're pissed. You're tired of this shit. You arcane stretches from you, and you just start old style. Hold your hand down at your waist like a 6-shooter, and fire off all shots, hitting this one right in the chest.
I would just like to say I just tuned in because I had to get water, so all I heard was he put his hands at his waist and shot all of it like a 6-shooter. I have no idea what's going on.
You see her writhe in pain and kneel down. Almost kneel down. She's still in her standing position. And blood just coughs out of her mouth. You will pay for that.
Another sorcerer missile. Well, that's magic missile twin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it essentially casts the same thing on.
No, that makes sense. I was trying to think of what does all those D4s.
You have a sorcerer that actually works, unlike John's. That was just here.
Alright.
Okay, it's the hag and Zach's turn again. Zach, keep wooing her. How are you going about this?
Roll that D100. Let's just start there.
Yeah, we'll roll the D100. 71.
Oh, you're doing some wooing. It's almost like in the background that you hear music playing, like this is destiny. As you put your hands down on the waist, then slide down just a little further. And as it keeps going, it's just the music sounds so surreal. As you almost feel like music is playing next to you. But music is playing next to you. As you look over, Dixon's just sitting there with his guitar strumming a love song for you. Alright, she's still wooed by you, but as of now, the bard is here, playing you a love song as you two dance. Vivian, it's your turn. Make your save. Oh. That's a catchy tune. Where the fuck did that bird come from?
So I will cast Expeditious Retreat on myself.
Mm-hmm. Gary, you like my my bird's theme song whenever he appears?
What square is this person in?
That one. Say the. Hold on, I'll shrink it. Right there.
That one? Okay. One.
Actually, sorry, right there because it was hitting him.
Right there? Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't need to go any further than this.
That's fine.
I throw a bottle of acid at her.
It's a con or dex.
30.
15.
I believe it's dexterity.
I'm seeing if she has any negatives. And dex actually has a plus, so it's a 16.
Okay, it passes.
No half damage, right?
Nope.
Alright. Zach and.
And I use,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I just use the last one. There.
Alright. As the acid flings through the air, it just. It hits, like, right at her feet, and the boards melt air, but they still hold. Zach,
Yes.
you hear the finale coming up. You know this part of the tango. Give me a performance check. Let's see how you finish.
Yes. I hope I D20 this or not 20 this. Where is my
Performance.
Oh. Oh wait, advantage?
Yep.
Yes. Natural 20.
You spin her out of your arms into a spot, slide up, knock her down off her feet, and hold her down, and you go in for the kiss. Matt, roll me a con save to see if you don't vomit from seeing this.
I'm sorry, Zach. This is his first action too from being out of his home. That's so sad.
I choose to vomit anyway.
The other hag notices at the corner of her eye and just kind of and she's gonna roll with disadvantage on her next attack, which is probably gonna be ooh yeah, she misses you. Like Gary, he goes for the twin and she sees the kiss and she's like ugh, and just kind of open palms the side of you because she stops. Ugh. It's your turn.
Alright, well, this bitch is hopefully fucking out. There's an easier way to do that, because I'm casting Scorching Ray if I have to. Roll for each ray.
Not really.
That's the best way to do it. Just roll 3 d20s, smite.
Yeah. Because you have to roll to hit each time, right?
Yeah, for each ray I have to roll.
Yeah, that's probably the best.
Well, if you just put it in your spells and just click on it 3 times, it would work.
I did put it in my spells. Don't know if I should. Let's find out. Let's look. Doom. Boom. That didn't happen.
No, that didn't work.
No, it didn't actually work. put it in there before. Let's go. Put all the appropriate information in. But either way, those are my three. Those are my three rolls to hit for to range spells. So, however many of those hit.
It would be 2 hit. Actually, sorry, 1 hits.
One. Damage two. So it's 2. Down. Damage 11. Sweet.
Type fire. You see, as you hold your hands out and you fire these 2 scorching rays at her, she just kneels back in the pain from the fire. She steams, being made of...
Did 2 hit? Or
I was just saying, just 1 ray.
Oh.
I was just dramatic flare. You see her kneel back in steam as the water pours off of, or evaporates off of her. Is that the end of your turn? Nope, she's still moving.
Where is she in? Is she like 1 square north?
Yeah, she's 1 square north of you. I made her small so you know where she actually is.
Alright, well, I don't disengage.
Well, you used an action. Can't disengage.
Yeah, but that's a move action.
Disengage. No, disengaging is an action, then moving. So you would.
Disengage is an actual action.
Yeah, disengage is an action. So you disengage, then you can move. So you don't take the attack of opportunity.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Because I was looking for it before on disengage before.
yeah, no, disengage is an action. A lot of classes will eventually get it that they can use it as a bonus action,
Yeah,
so
I've
it doesn't
seen
steal.
That, I haven't actually seen it in the book that disengage counts as action.
Yeah, it could.
It's one of your actions that you do every turn.
Those are separate actions. Alright.
Alright, so what do you gotta move back up?
Yeah,
Alright, so that's the end of your turn? Oh, Northern Hag is loving all the love and completely just enamored as the guitar strum keeps continuing as the bard walks in and stands as close as it can to you. And and as he walks in, he strums the guitar and explodes the Northern Hag out the wall from his guitar string. Oof. You'll thank me later for that one. And it's Fabian's turn. So the best way to explain this, Zach, is you had her in your arms, kissing, and on the final note of the song, he just strummed it, and just thunder blew her out the wall.
Was that all a dream?
No, I'm never gonna let you forget it.
I guess I will look around for her.
I'll throw some acid at this one again.
Go ahead.
Let's make a dexterity save.
It fails.
6.
As it hits, it collapses. It's melting. It's just barely holding on. You see her grasping, and she turns and looks around. Is that the end of your turn?
Now it is.
She's going to disengage, shift up, and she's going to attempt to devour this baby. And she just reaches down, her mouth unhinges, and you just see her bite the head off of this crying child. And you see her start to stand back up. Almost halfway rejuvenated. Still bloodied, though. And as the crying just comes to a complete silence. Your turn, Gary.
Alright. That much better. Magic missile. Let's just attack. One more. Boom. And again, 21 damage.
You see her just... her back still turned to you over the cradle, and you just hit her, and she just leans down over it, and you just hear snarling. Fibian. Eric, is at the end of your turn?
Yes.
Fibian, it's your turn.
Again? Alright. Do we skip people?
You skip me.
You said you were looking for the hag.
Okay, then yes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I didn't know if I needed to roll or anything or not.
Nah. She shot out in the water. Yeah, we're just kind of short people. Oh, she makes the save. Zach, it's your turn.
I'm still looking for her.
A single tear begins to come in your eye, as you know this love was too true to last forever.
Oh, I think you cut out. I don't know what you said.
As you look out the hole in the wall, you look to the sea, and deep inside you ponder if true love will ever be yours again. And a single tear just forms.
Forever alone.
Alright. Then... Dixon walks into the room, still strumming away. Looks down at the gnome, looks up at, Gary, kind of gives him like a questionable look if he's with us or not. Still playing around.
Yeah,
No.
I have to say okay.
And you just hear him pluck away, and he casts Healing Word. So you get 6 HP back. So you feel good, you feel great, you can do this! Music's got you all pumped up. And you need it, because here she comes. Both hands out, goes for the claw attack. Do. Oh, she hits. It's a 24. So she hits for... Ooh, 10 points of damage. I rolled a 19 on the D20 and 2 D4s. Or 2 4s on the D6s. And that's her attack. Then you can tell that her head's kind of crooked sideways, blood dripping out of her everywhere. She's just blood hunger at this time. The other babies have all been silenced after watching the first one's neck just get devoured. It's your turn.
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
No. I guess we'll go for scorching. Let's go up 25. It's 3 of them, so 3. Hey, 24, 14, 17.
2 hits.
2 hits. That's 4. 6. No.
How many sorcerer points do you have?
That
the raise not part of it.
Oh, okay.
It's just how it
No,
targets.
I have 1 point left, and I have no more first level slots. And after that one, I have 1 with 2 level.
Alright. Oh, good. I was just wondering.
I still have 1 more sorcery. Did I roll damage yet?
No, just roll damage.
Damn it. Boom. That's awesome.
Oh. The beams pressure down, and you just see her. You swear she shrank. She's just a little bit smaller than Phoebe, and every time you hit her with the heat, the heat evaporated off of her, and she shrank down like she was shriveling up. And it's Vivian's turn again.
I will do the same thing.
Alright, and she fails. Roll damage. Perfect. As you let the vial loose, the Tixon's song comes to its climactic finish, and it hits her. And you just see her bone, as the skins fade away, her bones appear. And as it gets down to the wood decays out from underneath of her, and the skeleton drops into the ocean. Through the hole in the floor.
I miss you.
Yeah, that was a nice kill.
I know, I did all the work again.
And as the hag disappears, all the babies instantly begin screaming again. And Dixon runs over and begins to play them all a lullaby. And calm.
Now that mystery is solved.
And the other thing, just for the sake of everything, as you guys are in here and Dixon's calming everything down, the city guards come running because of the fire up that was started around the corner and the giant thunder boom out the wall. Is all the magical items that were stolen seem to be in here. Looks like the hags were paying the goblins in stolen goods.
I take a look at the items, see if there's anything of note.
Yeah, I'll take
Guards in here.
Oh, Kev, the head investigator Tin is here. Zach, it's been a little bit. You're starting to feel it, the hangover. You're coming back to yourself. Roll me a D100 on how well you're recovering.
Let's see what I remember. 29.
Oh, you remember your long lost love, and it pains you deep inside, but you don't remember much of anything else other than the beauty of this woman. As you see these two throwing baby bones off to the side, pulling out random little trinkets. There's a bracelet Let's see. There's a bracelet in the group, a tangerine, and a ring. As the cops are still piling in, you can hear Head Detective Tin out on the outer dock coming, walking up and sees Zach. What's going on here?
Before they get in close, I'm going to grab as many small things as I can. Steal them.
So pretty much there you go. Alright. So pretty much the three things I named, the bracelet, the ring, and the tangerine, are the easiest things to pocket. Everything else was larger. Staves, war blades, just giant items.
Isn't a tangerine an orange?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
it is. As Tin walks up and pats Zach on the back. What's going on here? We came for the fire, then we heard the baby screaming.
I'm gonna tear up and just start crying on him, saying, I lost my love, my queen disappeared.
His nice kitten fur is nice and soft. It feels good to cry on. But you see him kind of pushing you off, like his claws kind of come out a little, but he doesn't do anything. And do a strength check for me.
Don't leave me.
He's dragging you around with him. So he's walking into the room with everyone that you're on. What happened here? The children! Oh, excellent.
Yeah, we saved them all.
Well, it was that one she bit the head off of.
We saved them all.
His blood's just dripping out of the the blood's just dripping out of the cradle. Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure. Wait, did the hag consume the entire corpse?
No, she just had enough time to bite the head off.
So there's still a decapitated baby corpse in the
Bleeding.
crib. I don't see how we can hide if we did not save them all.
That's the gnome for you. He just likes to like Tin. Tin just looks over and notices the corpse and just nods like, "Oh, okay." And then he sees Dixon. Oh, great! You got my letter. You came at once. Yes. Dixon peeks up as he's still strumming the guitar to keep the babies quiet. Yes, I came at once and I found these 4 Malruses somewhere. These 4. They are great. Good thing you hired them. And Tim just kind of rubs the back of his head. He's like, I think I fired them, but yeah, the Adventure Course kind of made up for their mistakes. They're the ones who ruined Upper Arcane District. Those Richie people needed it. Tim just
There for that one. Don't count me in that.
No, that place was a mess. You should have seen those snooty people.
Doesn't make it any better.
They don't know what's good for them.
Doesn't make it any better.
I think it does.
Mash is over admiring one of the more... one of the better looking stabs. That you said that there was in there.
Tin kind of shoos you away. These are all evidence.
But just one.
No, they belong to the Upper Arcane, and these guys already caused them enough trouble.
Oh, they used just one.
Now, you wouldn't have been able to find all these if we didn't,
You quiet, gnome. I haven't forgotten what you've done.
But they wouldn't just miss one.
I imagine the smaller trinkets are already missing. Enjoy what you have.
I have nothing. I'll bluff the shit out of them.
Go ahead. Roll deception.
Deception.
Better roll good. No. He sees right through you. He rolled a 19.
I stand by it.
not happening. And as you're saying this, the guards start piling in. There's about 15.
Well,
There's about 15 guards in here. They're starting to grow.
Dylan would be trying to take something.
Not saying Dylan hasn't already taken something.
Okay.
You swear to God there was 4 babies there.
Yeah, there was. There was only 4.
That's just what Dylan wanted you to think. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, no, sorry. There was only 3.
Only 3.
But so the place fills up. You get shooed away from all the magical weapons. They don't bother to search you. You have between the two of you figure out who wants to take the tangerine, the bracelet, and the ring. Zach won't know anything about them because I imagine they're all in Gary's inventory with the egg. So Gary, give yourself a magical bracelet, a glowing tangerine, and and a magic bracelet. But as of right now, this tangerine just glows really bright. Like you try to have it in your pocket and it's glowing out of your pocket.
So it's a glowing tangerine. And the box with the egg.
I heard made someone mad on Facebook.
Really?
Fuck them people.
I snopes their thing because they shared something and it wasn't true. So I was like, Snopes this bitch! Not those exact words, but pretty much that. And my comment got marked as spam.
By the person?
I don't know. Well, no, because I shared it on Nicole's thing, because she shared that picture that says, the NASA picture that we have deforest the world, and it's actually a picture of spring to winter.
Oh.
And someone marked it as spam.
Alright.
So, I don't know. I asked her why I got marked as spam, though.
So you guys get shuffled out, and as you walk by, you see that hut that you lit on fire is completely gone. The guards are carrying the babies out, and as you come out to the end of the docks, you see Jojo stick his head back out the window. Bye, guys. Have a good day.
You're the best, Jojo.
Bye, Jojo. Don't die in your sleep.
Now I have to worry about sleeping? Okay.
Jojo, you're the best.
Bye. And he does another cartwheel out of the window. He's a halfling.
Oh, I love that.
So you guys make your way back through town. It's a rough day. I imagine you guys just want to go back to the guild, to your quarters, and rest.
Absolutely.
Dixon's walking with you guys, just strumming along. And you guys make it back and all wander up to the quarters and rest. Is this where you guys want to call it, or you want to go a little bit longer, get everything set up?
I would like to find out what those things do.
Alright, can any of you identify?
I can identify all the things.
All the things.
So,
Ready.
so now it comes down to, Gary, what are you going to let him know you have?
He stole my snow thing that I don't know.
Well, no one knows I have that. You should be aware of the tangerine ring bracelet. I mean, everyone should be aware that there's something bright in it.
So the character, I think like anything actually like loot related that we pick up, we should all know about. That's like from bosses related things.
Yeah, so you're gonna know. Well, I'm gonna imagine you're just gonna tell Zach that you guys nabbed it, like you were bragging about it when you were walking the Tindon, so you get it.
Well,
Yeah.
He also, yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Well, this way we can like distribute things to who we think can actually use them the
make
most,
it
instead of like hoarding onto things like just our characters hoarding onto
Well,
like
I mean,
specific
those-
things for reasons.
those three things I'll definitely share with you.
Yeah, but like things like the egg that you did, yeah, I can see why you wouldn't want to say anything about that, because, yeah, I don't know, you...
Well,
tricked.
I was pretty much just telling him about the egg. Like, what are you letting him know? Because you knew about the three things.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
just getting around the egg.
the three
Like,
things absolutely, like, will be shared, but
Hmm.
the box, the egg, no one.
all right. So the ring is a ring of fireball resistance. It'll eat one fire spell a day. So if you're getting attacked and someone shoots like a fireball or something at you, it'll absorb it. But the downside to it is it's any fire kind. So if someone shoots a fireball through your square to hit the enemy, it will absorb the spell and be wasted for the 24 hours. It's kind of
Okay.
the bracelet. The bracelet is or not. It's a bracelet, right? That's what I said. Sorry. The bracelet is of water breathing. When you wear it, it gives you underwater breathing for 10 minutes.
Oh, it's not bad at all.
And the tangerine glows.
It's a tangent.
It, your identified does not know what to tell you if you were to eat it. You're not.
Tangerine just glow.
Can I do...
As of the tangerine, as he casts identify on the tangerine glows brighter, and it really the arcane knowledge that you usually gain from using identify, it's usually a long description. It just says it glows, and I'm kind of confused on the rest.
Can I use this as a light in my tree?
That's between you three.
Can I...
Can you also do a nature check since it's something of to see what it could do?
You can try it. From what his arcane or his identified kind of taught you, it's actually a pretty high level magical item. But so it really doesn't know what it is. Like his ritual casting is not enough. He's not a high enough magic user.
What's the aura surrounding it?
The aura, it's just emanating arcane.
So it's arcane aura?
Mm-hmm.
Can I do would a history check tell me anything else on it?
Yeah, go ahead. So, from what you heard in the guild, is when people first started coming over here and founding Balavesh, is people were wandering into the woods, starting to set up the settlements to make the barrier towers, and they would stumble across the most random magic items. Like, you would have giant boulders that weighed as light as a feather, and they were just stupid odd knickknacks and stuff. So you're just kind of feeling that this orange is kind of the natural occurring arcane that's been found on this place.
Yeah, okay.
So pretty much you guys all wake up the next morning after sitting around the table figuring out what it is, and
Did we recover any HP?
everything. It was a long rest. And you pretty much know that you have to go talk to Helen to get all your payments out of it. You can hear Bertha's tavern downstairs already bustling with the breakfast crew, and they're getting everything ready. It smells delicious. Just the aroma of eggs and bacon in the morning. You probably hear a window shatter. Bertha's already throwing the first group out.
Okay.
You guys all pretty much stayed in the same room at night.
Okay, so, I guess we'll go and... get our payment.
So you guys all head down to into the Helen's quarters. She's out on the far desk and she hears the main door open. And you see her chair just start spinning and she pops out of it like she always has. She looks at you guys. Oh, good morning. I just got ravens in about you. Your payment's here. Alright, so, the contract originally is written out for 3 of you, but there's 4 now. So I just have to... Give me... is he with you guys? I know he wasn't on the original contract.
He's guy just tagged along.
Oh, wait, it's Mesh? Oh, Mesh, I didn't recognize it was you with these guys.
I thought you might have been.
Yeah, Helen's the guild's main distributor. She does all the paperwork. She's the secretary. She has this entire just so much with all the new people, honey. Just they keep coming in and going out. So, it's just a massive library kind of looking thing, and there's multiple areas set up. And her chair, if she spins in her chair, like imagine you're sitting in your desk chair and you start turning left, and as you come full the way around, you're at your next desk. The way she spins determines on which desk she goes to. So you watch her poof around the room non-stop, getting everything together. So, you see her smile, and she grabs your contract, your arcane contract, and it's still... Everyone kind of looks at it, and it was yellow, and she shakes it, and it turns to the same blue that everyone else is. Oh, and now you're synced up with their team, honey. Here you go. She hands the contract back, pushes back in her chair, spins backwards, and then she comes around, she has a giant sack. And she drops the sack up on the table, and she goes, that would be... It's 1750 gold that you guys were awarded for the 4 of you. And a bonus 250 for the children.
That's all we get? We got all the children back alive.
Honey, I don't make the rewards. I'm sorry. I just distribute them.
All of them. We got all of them.
So you guys all get 500 gold. And she looks and she goes, now about that specialty mission you guys were supposed to... I was warning you about the chance that we saw ruins. Which is amazing. That would mean someone else was here before. It's got us all in a bunch. We can't wait to send you guys out. The coordinates are here. And everything's set up. Your armaments allowance and everything's here. And she pulls out this parcel. She goes, yes, it's an additional 200 gold each for you guys to get your food together and anything you need, ammo, spell ingredients. You remember this is top secret. You don't tell anyone else about this.
Maybe we can bump that up to 250.
Honey, it goes by your tier, and your contract tier is still number 1, so your per diem per mission is still 200 gold.
Can I try to persuade her?
Oh,
My elven sexiness.
You need more rum for that.
I don't know. He's probably still a little heartbroken.
Yeah, you can't look at it. As of right now,
Right now.
yeah, you still suffer from heartbroken. But like I said, you guys are tier 1, so per diem per quest is the normal. So nothing I can do about that. But if you guys do this mission, I know they'll put you up on another tier. This is unbelievable. I have a map here. And as she holds it out and she looks down at you and looks back at the map, it should be up to par. And she hands it down to you, Fabian, as she sees you just glaring it down. And
I take it and I walk over to a table and I start making my own my own copy of it.
as you look, it's kind of what you see over on the side here. As you see the main city of Belavesh and all the farms on the outside, and then it shows you the barrier towers and their locations, and the best way that you guys should walk through. But it pretty much tells you have to go through the second tower. At the second tower, you hand in your contracts and they'll allow you out into the woods. And it says that the main forces have cut a road that goes this way, and they left a marker where they had where they saw up on a hill, one of the scouts saw a ruins, and they want you guys to go check it out. They don't want to alarm any of the normal soldiers. So your job is to get in there and investigate and bring back any artifacts you find. And that's all I have. And that's what I have for you guys. Tower 2, I'm going to send the hawk out right now and let them know you're coming. And they should let you through with no problem. It's a good place to rest before you go out in the woods and you go out with all the savages and the giant icky creatures. It's just so wilderness out there.
Yeah,
But what was that?
I said better stay at your desk, hon.
I don't plan on ever leaving. I love it here. They take care of me very well. And don't forget.
Talk for a little bit. Someday I will have a desk as nice as that one.
Oh, yeah. Then you'll never have one as nice as this, but you can dream. Don't forget.
I'll have that desk someday.
She kind of just glares down at you, but she goes, "Don't forget, breakfast is free at Helen's for all blue. In the mornings, breakfast is always free for the Corps. The most important meal of the day." And that's about all I have for you. And she gets ready to spin in her chair. Unless someone's got something else to tell her.
No, I'm good.
And she poops away, and you see her over at where all the falcons are caged up. And she starts writing a letter to put on the falcon. She just keeps pulling quills out of her hair to write down, and she breaks one and throws it, and you guys leave. And you guys are free to do whatever you want. I know it's coming up on midnight now here, so what do you?
I feel
How are
like
you?
that might be a good time to end.
That's a good stopping spot.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.